Hey, how's it going? This is Johnny and welcome to the channel. So today we're going to be speaking about 5 art mistakes I wish I knew earlier. The reason being is as artists, we make mistakes and that's okay. The only issue becomes is when you make the same mistake over and over again, or you don't learn from other people, just to make it easier for yourself. So the first issue or the first mistake we make as artists is not being around other artists like ourselves. If you're into comic books, be around other comic book artists. If you're into design and fashion, be around other artists who's in the same thing. No matter what kind of art it is, it can be dancing and performing, make sure you're around other people just like yourself, because iron sharpens iron. You guys are going to help motivate each other and keep each other on track, while also making sure that you realize that you're going to learn how to deal with positive and negative criticism. When it comes time for you to share and promote your work, it'll be a little easier because you're already used to people seeing what you're doing and getting and hearing different things from different people. Other artists will help you and build some confidence as long as you're around the right people, and you guys can grow and learn together. And there are plenty more benefits just outside of those things as well. The next mistake I dealt with was rushing my style, not realizing that style takes time and it isn't something you should rush. It takes time because you need to explore different mistakes and you need to really learn from others. So when it comes to dealing with your style, don't be afraid because you don't know it or because you haven't accomplished the style that you want yet. Give it a second. Don't think that you have to rush through it. Just learn from others, absorb as much information, and try different things out. You might like drawing an arm one way, or you might like drawing trees another way, or you might like drawing a house another way. So just because you see it done one way doesn't mean you have to follow that way. Allow yourself the opportunity to explore and you'll get a lot better and your style will start to develop on its own. Most artists' style change because you might be influenced by a couple people in the beginning, but then once you start seeing life and you start absorbing more information, your style will naturally progress, and over time it'll get a lot better. So don't worry, it's not where you need it to be today. If these are the kind of videos that are interesting to you, make sure that you check out the rest of the catalog. We have different videos that's gonna help you personally develop as a better artist or creator and someone who's gonna learn how to make money off their work. This is why this channel was made just for you guys, by us. So made by us, for you. Make sure that you join the community, hit that like button and that subscribe button. The next thing that I had to learn, and this is very powerful for me, you don't have to always draw from your head. You can use reference, models, different kind of toys, making sure that things look correct. I used to always see artists and I was like, wow, they always was able to draw from their head, but I didn't realize that before that, they learned from life. They took it all in and they drew from it. And that's the same thing with you. Don't think you have to draw everything from your head because you might not have the structure you need yet. So give it time and just allow yourself to learn how to draw the hands, the arms, the legs, different parts of the body. Looking from life will teach you a lot of things quicker. So use your reference, use your models, use different things that you can incorporate into your work. The next issue I personally had was I wasn't realistic with my art. I gave things the wrong time frame and I gave people expectations and promises that I wasn't able to keep. For you personally, it may be that you're not your biggest fan. You believe other people have to support what you're doing. You need to be your biggest fan first because you're motivating yourself, and you realize when other people don't see your vision, it's okay. You don't need people to look at you and want to do for you. You need to want to do for yourself. So not being realistic comes in different shapes and sizes. For me, I was a little too wrong with my timetable. For you, it might be something different. So try to be more realistic and ask other people who are doing what you want to do for their advice and their understanding. It allows you to get a little more closer to the real thing because they have experience in it. Just like you as an artist, you might have more experience today than you had 10 years ago or a couple years ago. So just think about it. The you today could tell yourself back then something different that can be a little easier for you on your journey. Now, this last issue kind of ties in with the previous one, which is it takes money to make money. You have to invest into you first. Not only do you need to be confident and motivated, you need to realize that you need to save, you need to invest, and you have to allow that investment to grow. It's almost like a plant in a pot. If you try to overwater it, or if you put it in the sun too much and you don't really do the things you have to do, it's not going to come out the same and it's not going to be that beautiful plant. Your time is the same way. Your art is the same way. it's gonna grow when it needs to grow. You can't rush that, and you can't think that other people are gonna put more into you than you put into yourself, whether this is financial, emotional, mental, or just from a motivation perspective. There will be people to help you, but you have to help yourself first. You have to be your biggest fan and your first investor. Just listen to that. You have to be your biggest fan and your first investor. So invest into you and use the little bit you have, because as an artist, we don't always start off with the most. Use the little things that you have and allow it to grow. If you have some dollars, put it to the side and don't spend it, because maybe you want to promote your work on social media. It could be something as simple as a new phone that's going to help you with certain things. It's going to help you online that you might use for recording. Something like a new camera. There are so many things that you can do when you invest into you. And once you start investing into you, it's going to add up. So don't think it's going to be cheap, because it's not. And anything worth having, it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a little bit of a struggle, but you have to accept that, take it all in, and to keep moving. The biggest thing you can do as an artist, this is going to be a bonus fact, is just to keep going. Just like you got to show up, you got to keep going. You have to keep going and believing in your dream. You have to have your dream in front of you and develop that tunnel vision that if something isn't helping my dream, I'm not going to follow it. If something isn't motivating me in that direction, I'm not going to follow it. You can't look left to right, because something in front of you is going to make you fall forward. So you have to realize that you have to have that tunnel vision. You have to be your first biggest fan, and you have to be your first investor. Don't be afraid. And that's why you have other artists around you. You guys can share your journeys together, and you guys can move up together. That's the importance of this list, because there are things you can do that can help speed up your process that you don't have to do by yourself. But in the end, you do realize, you have to realize that you are in control of you. You are in control of your destiny. You are in control of the things that make you successful. Like always, we appreciate you guys for stopping by. And if there's anything you took from this video, let us know in the comment sections below. You have a friend or family that wants to see this or that just needs to hear this, so share it with them and like the video. Also, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. We have a lot of content for you guys, just for you guys on this channel, and be one of the first people to jump in these comments, while also realizing that we have 2 videos on the screen, one suggested by YouTube, one suggested by us. So if you don't click on one of these 2 videos, I'm gonna know. Click on one of them and I'll catch you over there.